Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Dee again, and welcome to The Roads with Dee. Today is Monday, October 7th, 2024. Welcome back to our trip on the Interstate. What we do here is present news from the state level that will end up having national importance later, or news that make it into the national news cycle but was overshadowed. I'm Dee, and I've been with the channels since 2020. The concept behind this is very similar to The Roads Not Taken, but it focuses on important state-level news that often gets missed until it breaks on the national scene and surprises people. So think of this as just a little heads up for what you might see later. California news says there's a new sheriff in town. Well, a former sheriff. Jim McDonnell, the former sheriff of Los Angeles County, will be the city of LA's new police chief. A Colorado judge sentenced former county clerk Tina Peters to 9 years over the data breach that came about because of conspiracy theories in the aftermath of the 2020 election. The judge said, quote, "I'm convinced you would do it all over again if you could." Within hours of sentencing, the judge reportedly started receiving threats. In Georgia, Trump and Governor Kemp made a public appearance together, despite a years-long feud. This might mean Trump is trying to reset his relationship with Kemp. Elsewhere in the state, a judge rejected a GOP lawsuit about voting machines. In New York, pressure is mounting for the mayor of New York City to resign. Recent polling suggests that almost 70% of the city wants him to resign after his recent troubles. Up in North Carolina, Vice President Harris visited areas impacted by Hurricane Helene as relief workers try to counter a consistent stream of misinformation put out about the response. The bad information floating around is actively harming relief efforts. The hurricane's toll is now over 200. FEMA has established a rumor response page to attempt to stem the flow of bad information being amplified by bad actors. Also in North Carolina, yellow jackets have become a problem for relief workers. The hurricane disrupted their underground nests, leading to issues with them stinging aid workers. We had the same problem after Hurricane Michael. We have reports of EpiPens and Benadryl being sent into the area, so there is some relief on the way. In Idaho, Trish Carter Goodhart, who is a Democratic candidate for the House District 6 seat, was reportedly told to, quote, "Go back where you came from." The person who screamed that at her is allegedly a sitting Republican member of the state Senate. I think I should make it very, very clear that Trish Carter Goodhart, who was told to go back where she came from, is Native. Still more in North Carolina. Trump promised to rename Fort Liberty after Confederate General Bragg. Out in Oklahoma, there's some news that I feel like will make the main channel, but in case it doesn't, here you go. The State Department of Education is taking bids for tens of thousands of Bibles. The requirements seem tailor-made to require Trump's Bible with the additions he wanted. In Tennessee, a federal jury convicted 3 former Memphis police officers of witness tampering stemming from the death of Tyree Nichols. Virginia and North Carolina have seen the famed Blue Ridge Parkway closed indefinitely due to damage assessments from Hurricane Helene. The National Park Service has said employees from at least 32 states are assisting with the effort. In Wisconsin, Republican Liz Cheney campaigned for Democratic presidential nominee Harris. This brought Trump to his social media site to complain about Cheney. He seemed angry about the developments. which kind of makes sense because Cheney said, quote, "I was Republican even before Donald Trump started spray tanning." That comment seemed to get under his very, very bronzy skin. Now to some questions from y'all. Question number 1. D. Can you put a list of ways to help with the hurricane in the description of your next episode? Yes, it should be there. So question number 2 isn't really a question, but a message that seemed worth sharing. It says, "Hello, I have Kansas news for you. All seats in the State House and Senate are up for grabs. If we can break the supermajority, we can expand Medicaid. That would be sure life-changing for me and so many people I know." Question number 3. Will this series include parts of the U.S. people forget? Parts of the U.S. Hi from Guam. Yes, we'll include news from all around the U.S. to include Guam, Puerto Rico, and so on, even if they aren't connected by the interstate. Question number 4. Is Trump saying he'll rename all of those bases back to names honoring Confederates? So far, it's just the one. Just give him time to figure out his full position on the matter. Okay, that looks like it. We'll see you next week for another trip. Y'all have a good day.